Hello everyone, welcome back. We will see mixed mode now. So we have seen what is import mode and what is direct query mode. So let's understand what is mixed mode. So we have seen import mode. So in the import mode, what we discussed, if it is a data source, let me call as DS, and if it is a Power BI desktop, it will copy everything and store in Power BI desktop. If it's a direct query mode, and it will not copy anything, but it will just establish connection between these sources, and it will just every time it will just talk to data sources to show everything on the report level. And mixed mode means we can have both import mode plus direct query mode. So this can be also called as composite models. We call as composite models. So it's a new type of different mode we have in Power BI desktop in the recent updates, maybe in the last year. So how it differs. Now let me show it to action. So we click on get data. Now if you try to see something, let me try to first take something from direct query mode. So SQL Server and direct query mode. Let me just pull one or two tables. Load. So it will just, this icon will be vanishing now. That is what we're going to see. Now even after that, we can see storage mode, direct query, click to change. This is what we get. Now if we go to get data again, or just Excel, because Excel we know the file supports by default import mode. Now just take a sample Excel file. Now the same thing, it will ask for the selection. Just click on the which sheet you want to import to Power BI. Just click on load. Now see here, when you add a second data source, information from one data source might be included in the queries that are sent to data sources. Only add another source if you trust the owners. There is just a warning when you try to take two different kind of modes in one single Power BI desktop file. So just click on OK. And now we are going to see the data enabled here, because now here one data source is from import mode, one data source is from direct query mode. So before going to here, just see here, storage mode mixed, click to change. Mixed means it is a combination of import plus direct query. So this can be also called as composite model, in other words. Now if you go to this data tab, you can see here, if you click on the financials table, you can see data, because this is, we know it is import mode. If you click on table actor or table cast table, you can see this table is direct query and cannot be shown. It means this is not direct, this is not import mode, because this is direct query mode, we cannot see data. Whenever we try to drag and drop something into visuals, it will just send some queries in the backend and it will show the visuals for us. Now why this will be used? So we discussed that import mode is for batch reporting and direct query is for live reporting, and it makes sense, because if you don't want to see live reporting, we'll go with import mode. For live, we go with direct query. So why mixer mode came into existence was, there is one of the use cases which I have used even in my one of the projects. Let's say, for example, in general, maybe in data modeling, we'll discuss these concepts again. But for understanding how this will be helpful in our projects. So let's say, for example, I have three different tables in our reporting. So in general, in Power BI or in any data modeling or dimension modeling or data warehousing specific thing, we call something called dimension tables, called dim tables, and fact tables. So facts and dimensions are common terminologies in data warehouse, where dim will contains, it's a primary key table, in other words we call, or we can also call one side table. It is called foreign key table. We also call as many side table. This can also be called as lookup table as well. So there are many names you can call: lookup table or one side table or dimension table. So what happens is, usually this is our data modeling. So we follow some kind of pattern called star schema, where we have a fact in between which is connected to dimensions. If we have three facts or three dimensions or four dimensions, anything will be like this. This will be like a star. This is called star schema. We have one more thing called snowflake schema as well. So the Power BI is recommended and it will work best for star schema. And also it is not advised to have more normalization, because if you go with snowflake schema, we have again dim to dim will be connected. We have this kind of like, it will be more normalized form. It is not good for analysis. I mean, not user friendly for analysis. That is why it is recommended to go with star schema. In that case, what happens is, dimension tables are because we know it's primary key table, so these will not change often. For example, if someone who is very new to these concepts, let me give an example. Let's say, for example, just take a simple thing. You're working, or if you're working a project where we have employees and or just students, whatever. Let's say if we have a employee table. So in the employee table, we have something called employee name, employee number or serial number, employee name, and what is his address, gender, everything we can see here. So this table will not update unless and until we have some new employee. Let's say we have 100 employees today, and let 100 employees are the standard employees currently in the organization. They're working inside the organization. Now, unless and until 100 next 101 employee comes into organization, this table will not update. It will just remain same, because these tables will not update frequently. These are the dimension tables. Fact tables will update every day, because this is the real-time transaction tables we call. I mean, maybe employee have some transactions in the company, or let's say if you take any other example which is complete near real-time, like banking, for example, same thing. Understand, this is a customer table where in the bank there are 100 customers, and all the customer details will be in the customer table. And let's say if every customer do some transactions, will be stored in the transaction table. This is the fact table. Now here we have the customer ID is the primary key, which is a PK, and here will be the foreign key that will be representing the customer key. And let's say, for example, the customer name is customer ID is 123. So here it will have multiple transactions specific to one customer, 111 222, because here we have this transaction was done yesterday, this transaction was done today, two transactions. Again, second customer have done multiple transactions. So this is the fact table. This is the actual facts, actual numbers that we use for our analysis in our business. This is something which we can change frequently. I mean, based on this fact tables only, our reporting will change, which will do analysis. Now, in the mixed mode, what happens is, because we are taking both modes into one single Power BI desktop, so we have seen Power BI's import mode is batch refresh. Let's say I have 10 tables. Again, this is 10 tables we have. So all the 10 tables should be refreshed every day or every hour, whichever is the refresh frequency set for your organization. This 10 tables has to load every time. It means what happens is the same. Now it is the gateway concept. We have data sources here. In this data set, we have 10 different tables. It is connected to Power BI desktop. And now we import this to Power BI service. And once we have data in Power BI service, this will again connect to database with the help of gateways. So through gateways, this data load will happen every time when you click on refresh. There is something called schedule refresh in Power BI service. Schedule refresh. Using this mechanism, we do refresh. So whenever we go for import mode, we have to load all these 10 tables every time when we click on refresh. That is the general procedure we do. Or if you go direct query mode, because it is a live reporting, all the 10 tables has to talk to database every single time. And if you have more and more amount of tables in direct query thing, sometimes again because of dragging and dropping, this will give some performance issues while loading. I mean, while pulling. I mean, sorry, while displaying the visuals in the report. So that is why mixed mode will be useful in this kind of scenarios. So let's say about out of 10 tables, let's say we have 9 tables are dimension tables, or one table is a fact table. Now this fact table will be taken as a direct query mode, and other dimension tables, whatever we have, this will be considered as import mode. So in this case, what is the benefit is, because if a fact table is very huge table or very big table, so let's say for example, if you refresh data using import mode, let's say it took just 30 minutes for all the 10 tables. So instead of going for 30 minutes, what we do is, because this is direct query mode, this will not be refreshed. Refresh is not required for this table because this is direct query mode. Now we do refresh only these dimension tables, because dimension tables are very small, and also these will not update frequently. Even though you refresh once a day or once a week as well, that's fine. Because of this is direct query mode, this transactions keeps increasing in our database, and those transactions will be reflected in the report in the real-time basis, which is near real-time basis. And because these tables will not even update every day or compared to this fact tables, this can be used in import mode, the dimension tables, and the fact table can be used as a direct query mode. So like this, if you plan your model, this will also improve performance of data load. This will reduce the time of data load, because we just what is that refresh your dimension tables. And also your report will be very, I mean, compared to direct query, it will be fast at least, because few are coming from direct query mode, few only one or two facts whichever we have, it is from import mode, it is from direct query mode. So in this kind of scenarios, we go with import mode, sorry, mixed mode, which is a combination of import plus direct query. I think you got some idea how import works, how direct query mode works, and how mixed mode works. The other one is live connection, which we are not going to discuss now, because that requires SSS tabular model to start. So once we are in SSS tabular model, we will see what is live connection and what are other live connections as well. As I told, Power BI data sets and data flows, and the other one is SSAS tabular model and Azure Answer Services. All these four will come under live connection terminology. So these are the three. So in companies, wherever we don't go for wherever there is no setup for SSAS completely, then these three modes will be used for the reporting purpose. SSAS comes into picture, I mean live connection comes into picture only if your company using SSAS for your data modeling, then only live connection comes into picture. Unless and until these three are the major type of mechanisms we use for direct data load into Power BI desktop. So I hope it is clear. If not, if any questions, please post in the comments. Also, please share with your friends so that it will be helpful for someone who is looking to learn Power BI desktop. And please also provide your feedback, like how it is fine, or if you want even more better, everything, so that I can just improvise accordingly. So thank you so much, guys. We'll see next session. We go with data modeling, and also how, because we have few options, we can go in the options and settings that is specific to direct query as well. So mainly we'll see data modeling and how that will be useful for reporting, and why that is very important for reporting. And also we'll see different ways in general how the industry follows. We will see that in action in the next sessions. So thanks everyone. Thank you so much. Bye guys.